The soul is given an arithmetic, accounting made contrary to the skin. What we suppose we gain in stealing is by subtraction taken from within. What we suspect is gone in giving will find the hands of silence can restore both loss and loan, with magnitude and more. So let the senses then be satisfied. Can the soft globe of the all-inverting eye hold in excess of what it sees? How many and how mingled of the falling fragrances may we confuse before the subtle and the sweet of them are none? What now do we need that numbers more than one? That was Wild Sonnet number 251 from the Wild Sonnets, Volume 3. Hello, my friends. I want to thank you for joining me for this episode of the Wild Sonnets 5 Poems Live. The second poem that I'll be reading today is from the 6th book of Wild Sonnets, and this is Wild Sonnet number 591. Sometimes the weight of things unworthy must be carried for a while, bearing a box of wet dirt in the rain rather than our withered fathers through the fire, as did Aeneas on his back the weak Anchises, while burning Troy cindered into dust. Sometimes the burden chooses us, and there will be a signature in time to say, it's time to put this fragile weight away. So will I carry what I no longer care for, like a tune that will not leave the mind, a song which insinuates its choreography of notes into the pitch and place of thought, until the freight and phrase can be forgot. And that is Wild Sonnet number 591 from the Wild Sonnets, Volume 6. The next Wild Sonnet that I'll be reading is from the second book, and this is Wild Sonnet number 162. In the deep and the darkness of the woods they dance, the flutter of flame and limb alike beneath the silver lip of the approving moon. It is a music to see them, and a mania among the summering and silent contemplation of the trees that mimic in the mercy of a breeze. Amid the traffic, miles and means away, while the city rages with the bellows and echoes of motors and men, within the hum of the night, of stranger and citizen, beneath the arches of the apse, in the speechless kneeling of the church, a folded woman prays, and to the phrasing of her faith, she sits and sways. And that is Wild Sonnet 162 from the Wild Sonnets, Volume 2. The next poem is from the latest release, the Wild Sonnets, Volume 7. This is Wild Sonnet number 664. Pull from the plush earth the contagion of weeds, tuber and tough, as if they loved living as widely as we. Pluck from the wedged wood of the cornering eaves the spongy comb of the hornet's nesting, and do they not hum against the harm which self-righteously has come to peel apart their apartments as opprobrium? Rooted in our nature, and in nature's too, is the need to nudge the unwanted out of way. Pique and preference, pride and prone, we shovel and shove to make the crowded world our own. And do we not swarm and sting against what rude and reaching might intrude upon our possession, self, and solitude? And that's Wild Sonnet number 664 from the recent book, the Wild Sonnets, Volume 7. And my final poem for this reading today is from the 4th book of Wild Sonnets. This is Wild Sonnet 385. My reasons all are runaways, sifting through the streets, shadowing the alleys for loneliness and smoke. Home, It is a distance that boarded empty on a bus and rode unto a city named Anonymous. They will perhaps return with their rebellion run, penniless of purpose and desolation done. I set the evening table with no one there to dine. The meal it is enough for the many and what's mine. Should the wayward of my reasons find their way again to me, they shall have enough of welcome as can be served by vacancy. Then will my reason see it was only in the heart that reason could be free. And that is Wild Sonnet number 385 from the Wild Sonnets, Volume 4. There are 7 books of wild sonnets that I've written since starting this project in 2016, and each of these books has 100 poems in it. If you'd like to know more, possibly get a copy for yourself, visit me at www.wildsonnets.com. And with that, I'd like to thank you for listening. I'll be back in a few days with another reading of 5 selections from the Wild Sonnet series. Until then, stay wild and stay well.